So tonight's programme begins a little differently. We're taking a moment to explore an issue that we know weighs heavily on many of you. Week after week on Points West, we report on the growing pressures facing adult social care and the strain it places on council budgets. But just as often, we hear from families navigating the challenges of securing support for their children with special educational needs. So this evening, we're launching a special project, one we hope will shed some light on these struggles and help us all understand them just a little bit better. Our Gloucestershire reporter, Steve Nibbs, joins me. And Steve, you're about to introduce us to 6 amazing young people.
Yeah, they're all part of National Star College, Amanda. Many of our viewers will be familiar with it, of course. And around 10 years ago, there was a series on BBC Three called The Unbreakables that followed students through college life, personal life, and the transition as they left college. And there were challenges then, and we wanted to see, are the challenges still there today? And I want to introduce you to our new class of 2025. We have Kate from Bath, Chris from Gloucester, Sophie from Cheltenham, Billy from Worcestershire, and Ree and Ian from Wales. They all have hopes and ambitions about what they want to do next in terms of work and where they want to live. And really, it's stuff really that many of us take for granted.
I wonder what sort of things Billy would like to do.
For 3 years, National Star College is a place for students to grow and thrive. They've got a secure place, they've got their funding, and they've got hopes for the future. But next summer, things will change.
Bye-bye. We're going to say bye-bye.
Billy is from Worcestershire and in his final year. He has cerebral palsy, and now staff are working with him as he prepares to leave.
So the staff aren't coming with you. We have to stay. But you will have new staff. You'll have different staff. Emily won't be coming with you, no.
Even though it won't be until next July, the work starts now, getting Billy ready for residential and supported living elsewhere.
It's age appropriate for him, isn't it? Even if he's not at that same stage necessarily in life, he wants that for himself as well, and I think National Star has proven that to us as well as him, because it's nerve-wracking when he first leaves home, isn't it?
Kate from Bath has just moved back into her college accommodation for her final year and is meeting up with her flatmate Ella.
How are you?
Good.
Kate wants to live independently when she leaves, away from home, and get a job.
Either go into building or interior design work, because I like trying to find places where they can put ramps and lifts in better.
My monitor to read to me.
Chris from Gloucester is visually impaired. He's been helping out at a charity selling goods online for them, something he wants to do as a career, but he's struggled so far to find opportunities to do that.
I'd rather be out doing something in my life than just sitting there being bored. Because that's not, even though my business parents stopped me from doing things, I don't believe in life doesn't stop you doing stuff. Put your mind and goals to it. I'd rather be working. I don't believe in doing nothing.
There are a lot of companies that discriminate against visual impairment, which I think is appalling, even though they wouldn't admit to it. I mean, Chris has tried everywhere to get just a little Saturday job, anything, and nothing's there.
And there's Ree from Wales. She has complex needs and can only communicate through blinking. She'll go back home when she leaves because her house has been adapted for her, but she has definite hopes for the future.
Ambitions.
She asked us to prepare questions for her, and then she worked with her speech and language team to program them into a communicator, which she operates through blinking. And what are your ambitions after you leave here?
Physio, arts and crafts.
And what would be your message to people who are making the decisions over your future?
Listen, independence and my choices.
Ree's parents are hoping that the college will let her stay for another year as she's developed here so much, but there are no guarantees.
It'll be another fight of what she's going to do after otherwise, isn't there? And like I said, social services, we haven't seen a social worker since just before she started here. So, well, she's on her 3rd year now, so, you know, they're supposed to be doing the transitions and stuff like that now, so I don't know Don't know.
Over the next year, we'll also be hearing from Sophie from Cheltenham and Ian from Wales, all students with ambitions and hopes about what comes next, but all who will rely on their local authorities to make financial decisions about whether those dreams can be realised. They, though, just want a level playing field of opportunity.
Well, Steve, it's going to be brilliant to get to know them a bit better over the next year or so. Why is it important that we do this now?
It's all about funding and opportunity. To give you an idea, it can cost anything from £20,000 upwards to £300,000 for a student to be at National Star, depending on their need and where they live. And that money comes from local authority budgets, which, as we know, are really under pressure. It comes from a thing called an EHCP, an education and healthcare plan. And they're under a lot of scrutiny at the moment because there's concerns that the government's white paper is going to lead to a lot of changes for these EHCPs. They could potentially be scrapped altogether, watered down, or replaced with a new system.
So that's while they're at college, but what happens after college?
Again, it's all about money, but it comes from different local pots. So departments such as social care, for example, adult social care. And the college is hoping that there will be more collaborative working between all of the departments that make the decisions over funding for the students as part of the white paper. The students obviously want their needs to be taken into account, and it's matching those needs with the provision in the community that's also a challenge. Let's hear from Lynette Barrett. She's the Chief Executive of National Star.
This is incredibly challenging because we know that across the whole of the UK, the system is incredibly tight. There is very little money available, and most of our students, when they leave National Star, will be looking for a level of support from social care or health or continuing health care. And it's really challenging for them to be able to secure the appropriate funding, for them to be able to have the right provision to meet their needs.
So that's a lot of work that's needed to get that support and provision in place, and each individual is going to need something different. When does that work begin?
The work starts now. The college would like the work to have started when the students started 3 years ago, but this is the process we're going to follow over the next few months. There will be review meetings between the local authorities, the families and the students, where they start to discuss the funding. Some students want to stay at National Star because they're worried about the future, but there's no guarantees because that again comes down to local authority decisions. Students have individual needs, as you've said, but they want to be listened to. All they want really is a level playing field of opportunity so that they can play a meaningful role in society when they leave, something which the college has prepared them for.
Of course. Well, it'll be interesting to follow those journeys, won't it, Steve?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for now. And as Steve said, we'll be checking in with our Super Six, as we're calling them, over the next 12 months or so. In the meantime, you can read more about them on the BBC News website.